The disappearance of 43 students over 2 months ago in the southern state of Guerrero is an episode that has made all of Mexico very sad. We're deeply sad and deeply worried. It's been a horrible, horrible disappearance. We've been working from the very beginning in making sure that we find out what really happened to these 43 students. These students might have disappeared because of the collusion at that level, the municipality level, of the local government with the organized crime. This is, of course, something terrible, something that, as I said before, we've been tackling from the very beginning, and that will take us many more months and years, but we're working hard on making sure that Mexico is on the right path.
Called it gruesome, and many are saying, why has this investigation taken so long? Why do we still not know what happened to the students, and why has it taken, frankly, so much to find out the truth? It does suggest that perhaps it isn't being done in the right way.
No, it has been done in the best possible way, and the best possible way is involving foreign institutions like the Inter-American Court of Justice that has set out a special commission to work along the Mexican federal authorities in making sure that we find out exactly what happened. It has taken time because the necessary investigations involve finding out whether the human remains that were found are or belong to some of the missing students, and that doesn't happen overnight.
But in the meantime, what's your message to those desperate families of these missing students? We've talked to many of them, and many of them are suffering a terrible time, obviously not knowing what happened to their loved ones, and wanting answers and wanting more faith in the state.
Certainly, and we share that worry, we share that sadness, we share that feeling that these families have. From the very beginning, there's been constant communication with them. The president himself sat down with them few weeks back for a whole afternoon, over 5 hours of sitting with the families, getting to hear their stories, getting to listen what they had to say, getting to know what their worries are. So the communication is constant, and we want to stop that channel of communication. We want them to have first-hand information.
Now, we've had President Obama in the last 24 hours expressing concern about the situation in Mexico, offering assistance, saying it's gruesome to see these kind of events taking place in the first time, talking about corruption. What is America's role in this? Is it helping Mexico or hindering?
No, the role between the United States and Mexico, the relationship, it's a great relationship. We haven't been under such circumstances for many years. Now, in this specific moment, the collaboration between Washington and Mexico City is at one of its highest points. We work together along a border that stretches for thousands of kilometers, one of the longest borders in the world, one of the most dynamic borders in the world, not only economically but socially. Over 1 million people cross that border every day. Over $1 million is traded in between Mexico and the U.S. Mexico and American economy are together. It's a North American economy, and the United States collaborates closely with all its relevant counterparts in Mexico.
Of course, but
at the security and intelligence level.
Of course, but at the same time, you've got drugs coming one way as well, haven't you? You've got guns going the other way. It's America the drugs are trying to get to, so surely that is creating problems for Mexico.
That's just part of it. It's a part of it, as well as we have terrorism or we have human trafficking. Of course, the border being such a big border, it has many troubles like any other border. What makes it easier to tackle all of these challenges, including the drug issue, is that both governments work closely together.
Right, so there's a few years left to go in the President's term. Ideally then, what change should we expect to see when it comes to the social and security side?
Well, we're still 4 years ahead of us before the President's term finishes. In those 4 years, the main objective, of course, will be to reduce crime, the most persistent crimes in Mexico.
And what will be deemed success? How would you measure success in that?
Measuring success will be lowering the numbers of kidnappings, of murders, of extortion. Having a strengthened police force in especially the parts of the country where the state is not as present as it should be.
Ambassador, we really appreciate your time on Sky News tonight. Thank you for joining us. Thank you.